6 races, the NTI Townsville Super Sprint. It's live in Queensland, and Whincup makes a blinder. Reynolds has gone nowhere. Whincup blazes. Mostert has quickly jumped into second place. Now David's recovering into third, but he's got Waters up on the outside. Whincup can choose where he wants to be on the racetrack. And there's lots of congestion in the mid-pack as you expect back here, and trouble for De Pasquale and big trouble for Van Gisbergen. This is what we talked about. Kelly's tangled up in this as well. LeBrock is in there, Jones is in there, Goddard is in there, Heimgartner is in there. So the typical mess at turn 2.
Unbelievable presence of mind for Scott McLaughlin to turn back on the inside of De Pasquale. He got away with that. There's a lot of damage to the back of his Mustang, but he got away with it around the inside. Scott McLaughlin is already in 8th position. He's gained 8 spots as a consequence of that incident.
Big damage on the front of Alex Davison's car as well. I could see it brewing. We're trying to keep an eye on what was happening with the leaders, but it was starting to get willing in that mid-pack, and sure enough, there was the concertina shut. Rightio, we're focused here on Whincup and Mostert. We're riding with Chaz. And here's Stricken Kelly Racing cars, 2 of them coming back into the lane with significant damage. Not how they wanted to open their North Queensland Tour account. Kelly Racing entry in the garage, and Dylan Talabani, the senior engineer at the front of it. Meantime, in the Red Bull Holden Racing Team garage, Van Gisbergen. This is Macaulay Jones, Cool Drive entry. It's going back into the garage on the Go Jacks as well. We've got a 0.6 of a second margin. Whincup over Mostert. Reynolds is in 3rd place. And this guy, oh my goodness. Yes. To the point about the rear of it. Cam Waters on screen here. He's 3.8 seconds from the lead. That gap that you can see to Chaz, that's only 0.9 of a second. And as has been the case when they were teammates and now not, they invariably seem to find each other on the racetrack. Just a remarkable story in itself. So Bryce Fullwood, who qualified very well, is also still sitting nicely in the top 10.
Across too early, mate. You've got to be talking about, mate. Stop. You're going to be stopping the centre on the board.
So let's look at Jamie just come in for this stop. Looks like they've got 3 tyres set out here, guys. Isn't this a beautiful example of when you're out in front, you've got track position, clear air. He's managed to split his race in exactly 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no, about 8.5 seconds, I'd say. So a little bit quicker than 4 tyres, and they've saved a front right tyre for tomorrow. Well done.
They're riding with Cam Waters, and he is all over the back of David Reynolds, now threatening to grab 3rd place from him. That's a really difficult place to do it. It's set Mark Schaefer-light in the com box, because what happens is what looks like a gap disappears as soon as you, in the preceding car, you turn into that apex. So he's got pace in hand at the moment, and looking at the drive he's got here, he'll easily get down the inside at turn 11. Actually, he's giving him a little touch-up in 10. Done it easily. Nice work.
And here's Scott McLaughlin down the inside. They've been combatants in the Super 2 series, the DBS series, many years ago. And he got it done nicely. Gee, that little pinch point on the edge of the wall there always looks so close.
Will they play nicely? Question mark underline.
Well, I'm not sure.
There's a strange rivalry between them. Kind of mates on occasion, kind of not on other occasions. Right at the moment, different squads, different colours, a lot to play for. And he's got to run now, Cam Waters. He's going to have a big dive down the inside. You see Chaz's car just skipped on the bump down there, and that made it a little bit easier for Cam. He's only just pulled it up, and Chris goes down the inside. He's got it all locked up. Pye covers him. Anton's in here. He's getting a little bit of push and shove also from Frosty, and they all bomb into the final corner. You need an eye off in every direction here to see who's going to do what to who. There's our race leader. He's got half a lap remaining, separating him from the checkered flag, and another 100 points in the bank. He's going to nail this one and make it career victory number 121 and take his tally in 2020 of victories on to 3. So still plenty of things to resolve in the background there. Jamie Whincup now can afford to coast. He's got 6.7 seconds over Cam Waters. Been a beautiful drive to the final corner. hits all of his marks. The car's in perfect condition, accelerates it to the line, and Jamie Whincup takes first blood on the streets of Townsville for the NTI Townsville Super Sprint. 100 points in the bank. Straight out of the textbook, that one. And he gets home by 6.8 seconds over Cam Waters. Beautiful drive for Cam Waters in the Monster Energy Ford Mustang. And Chaz Mostert comes home in third place. He was battling with the rear of that car in the end. Nice drive also for Fabian Coulthard, up 2 spots from his grid spot. Cam Waters up 2 spots from his grid position as well. This one continues. We've still got a brawl going on here. Pye covering to the inside. De Pasquale, he gets a touch up from Chris Pither. There's going to be some panel work required at the end of this one by a few cars. Scott Pye gets there in the end. 9th position, Anton 10th, Chris Pither in 11th. Ripping race.
It was a good race, wasn't it? So De Pasquale was able to put a late move on Chris Pither. Now LeBrock and Jack Smith run around side by side the final corner, and LeBrock's able to just drive away with nice drive traction. Remember, there was all that drama early, and you can see those gaps through to Scott McLaughlin. 32 seconds adrift of Jamie Whincup.
Tell you what, when you think about which way Anton De Pasquale was pointing turn 2 on the opening lap, that's a pretty handsome recovery there in 10th position as well. So chunky margins between several of them, but some incredibly intense battles that went all the way to the flag in the case of others. In particular, this one where we just crossed over the page that involved Pither and Winterbottom and the other teammates, Scott Pye as well. So pretty cool. Lee Holdsworth, Gary Jacobson, Jack LeBrock made that position right at the end over Jack Smith. And unfortunately, there are a whole bunch of others who really ended up with quite significantly wounded cars based on what happened on the opening lap.